morning guys, it's Rachelle from Monolane Furniture in a beautiful, no it's not beautiful, grey sky, autumn Sydney, and this is what we're working on. Let's have a look. Right, so it's just some standard bedsides, nightstands really. The top, the finish has got a bit of wear, so that needs to be sanded right back. The drawers, yeah, the drawers are on metal runners. I'm going to replace these, but I'll still just use the one hole for the drawer pull. Not sure which drawer pulls I'll replace with. So all that I know so far is I'm standing the top. You know as well as I do that I wing this and I make it up as I go along. So rather than showing you colours that I probably won't end up using, I'm just going to show you the basics that I tend to use on every project. So firstly, I clean with White Lightning. I have it pre-mixed in a squirty bottle and then rinse off afterwards with clean fresh water, and always wear your gloves. I tend to forget that a lot of the times, but always wear your gloves when you're using White Lightning. If there's any dints, which there are, this looks a little bit smashed up, then I'll fill those with Dixie Belle Mud in brown. The chances are I'm going to go quite dark on this one, I think, so I'll use the brown. I've also got the black and the white, and the great thing about this, especially if you're using it for raised stenciling, which I've done on a previous video, is you can actually tint this. So if you've got a white stencil, a white mud, you can tint that so that your raised stenciling can be whatever colour you like, and then you don't have to paint it. And the top, over top of whatever I put on the top, is going to be a stain or maybe a wash, I don't know, but I'll be sealing with gator hide. I love this stuff. It self levels, it dries really hard, it's water repellent. Let me just check that because there's a difference. Yes, repels water. So there's a difference between water repellent and water resistant. This repels water, so this is the strongest, most durable top coat that Dixie Belle have. I love it. That's my new go-to. Good clean, scuff sand all over with a 120 grit, top sanded. So when I sand the tops, I will sand using a 120 grit first, then I paint the body, and then before I stain the top, I will go over it again with a 240 grit to smooth it out before I stain. But I always do that last so that I can sand off any paint that I may get on there. Okay, decision made. I am going with, oh, there we are, Silk Conch. It's spelt conch. Apparently it's conch, a conch shell or something like that. I've never heard of it. Anyway, it's got beautiful coverage. I've used it before. And if you're familiar with the Dixie Belle chalk paint colours, this is very similar to Tea Rose. So this has got a built-in blocker and top coat. I'm going to assume it's just going to be 2.5 coats, which I call the half, where I just go over it and touch up any areas that I think need a little bit more. Now I can see here I've already used mud to, these little dints that are in there, it's actually the design. They were all on every drawer and all the way through the piece in the same pattern. I don't know why anyone would think that would be a nice design feature, but anyway, someone did at some stage. Right, I finally made a decision on these. It's the following day now and I couldn't get my head around what I wanted to do. I've decided that I'm going to go ahead with the lace transfer, but from the Bells and Whistles line transfer on the front of the drawers. Now this comes with 4 pieces. So I'm going to need to cut it up because I need 6 of them, obviously. So 2 pieces will do 3 drawers. So I'm going to slice it up. Let me just show you it. There, so it's absolutely beautiful, and they'll just run on, so it's going to work perfectly, but it's just going to give me a really subtle decorative effect on the front. Right, I've got this one measured out, so it'll go from top to bottom perfectly, but there will be a little edge on the side, but as long as I make sure that that's the same all the way down, we're good. Right, so we peel off the backing sheet, stick it on. Right, I have the perfect drawer pulls, but they're not the perfect colour. Oh, excuse, have a Bailey's toy in the way. It's not the perfect colour. So I'm going to use the gilding wax in bronze. Thank you for your assistance, Harper. Just to give them a nice new look. And then I think we're good. This is highly pigmented. So the gilding wax is the oil-based. Water-based one is called Gemstone Mousse. I'm just going to put it on with a brush. You need very little, very, very little. I'm just going to brush it on. It's gorgeous stuff. So this is just going to take out, at the minute it's a little bit yellowy. The pattern on it is perfect. So that style is perfect for those, to tie in with that transfer, but the colour just isn't working for me. So I just want to give it a little bit of a lift. And then I'm going to leave these to dry while I go out for a cup of coffee with my daughter, who I don't get to see nearly as often as I would like now because she's moved out. Right, let me just show you the difference. It's quite subtle because they're sort of similar colour anyway, but it's just taken out this yellow, which is what I want. Right, all I need to do now is wait for these to dry and then get the photos. One happy lady. And they are finished. They are so pretty. So to confirm, we've got Dixie Belle Silk Conch, sorry, C-O-N-C-H paint throughout. I painted the top too because the quality of the timber wasn't good. On the drawers, we've got the Bells and Whistles Dixie Belle transfer in lace, and one packet, so you get 4 pieces, has done all 6 of the drawers. The top, I haven't as yet sealed it, but and you don't have to seal it, but because it's the tops, I like to give it a little bit extra protection, so I'll be putting gator hide on the top of that. And the body, again, you don't need to seal it, but over the top of the transfers I'll just be putting the satin clear coat. Aren't they pretty? Thanks for sticking with me, guys. I kind of lost direction totally in this one. Actually, I didn't have a direction. As soon as I knew that I wasn't going to be staining the tops, it just all went. I just didn't know what I was doing, and then as soon as I remembered about the transfer, that was it. We were on. Anyway, thank you. I'll see you next time. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz, and take good care of yourselves. Bye.